You have between 7:05 and 7:35 to give them that time. Pickup time is at 2:35 p.m., not a.m. Make sure to have your transportation form filled out before Tuesday and your blue tag, or else you cannot drop your student off. We have to have those. No leap at this time. So this is the schedule in our classroom. This is what could change. The only thing that won't change on here are our class bathroom breaks. Those are school-wide and are scheduled school-wide. So we are not going to miss a bathroom break. So if your student does need a bathroom time outside of the break schedule, I will be calling the office and somebody will come down to escort them to the bathroom, because no students are allowed in the hallway unattended. So every class bathroom break, I will encourage the students to go in and at least try. Go in, sit down, see what happens. Oftentimes, if I encourage them and they go sit down, they do use the potty. So I will be doing that. We'll have a breakfast and morning work time, a little bit of time there before the break, the bathroom. 7:30 to 7:45, students will be in their seats still with morning meeting and social emotional learning time. That'll be a time when if I need to show them something, it'll be up on the smart board where students are able to see from their seats what we are learning. From 8 to 8:30, we will have calendar math, and I scheduled myself possible math group eventually. Not yet, but eventually. I just want to keep that reminder in my head. So maybe one math group there. But calendar math will also be in their seats, and it will be interactive in that they will be able to use their whiteboard. They'll be able to hold up their whiteboard at some answers, and they'll be able to write along with us, or we might have some cutting and gluing to do during calendar. We'll see how we can get that worked out there. Also from 8:30 to 9 is whole group reading time, and that's when we'll start snack shortly thereafter or within. So I'll read a story to them and we'll discuss it. We will hit some standards in there with our whole group reading time, and then we'll start snack time, and that'll transition naturally into the bathroom break. So we'll have another bathroom break there. After that bathroom break, we'll start small group reading times, and I don't anticipate this to start Tuesday. I anticipate a lot of procedures, a lot of practice, a lot of teaching, reteaching, directing, redirecting, and that kind of thing. But eventually we will work our way up to a small group reading time where students will meet with Mrs. Baber, Mrs. Hernandez. They will have an Imagine Learning time. They will have an independent station where like they can color, cut, glue, just kind of practice those fine motor skills with certain things. And then they will have a reading station where they can choose from a book from their box that is theirs only, that they will be able to read. And those books I plan on switching those out naturally with transition of recess toys. So they may have, 4 or 5 books in there that they read for a couple of weeks, or they look through the pictures, and I teach about how, good readers read a book more than one time. So we talk about that together. Then there's that other class bathroom break. And then we get into our afternoon schedule, where right before that, we have the bathroom break, and then we go into lunch and recess. We have recess first and then lunch, and then another bathroom break. So after lunch, we get to go ahead and wash hands, use potty, and that kind of thing. From 12 to 12:25, we have writing, science, and social studies, that integrated there for us. We'll do that time together. From 12:25 to 1:10, I anticipate eventually having some math small groups once we get our procedures and protocols down, which would be a group with Mrs. Baber, a group with Ms. Hernandez, and a group on Imagine Learning math. So every day they'll get Imagine Reading and math once we're back in class. After that, we have our class bathroom break, and we'll start packing up. This will be done one student at a time, possibly 2 if they're on 2 separate ends of the classroom, as far as the cubbies go. But typically it'll be 1 at a time. They'll go to their cubby, they'll get their things packed up, put their Chromebooks in there, their chargers in there, their, whatever papers from the day will be put down in there, hopefully nicely. If not, I apologize. They might come home crinkly. It's kindergarten. But all their stuff will be in there for you to check after school. Specials will be in the classroom, so then they'll go back to their seat and a specials teacher will come in and teach them. Specials is one special a week. So Tuesday to Friday, we'll be having music. So Miss Manor will come in and she will teach music for that week. And then the next week, we'll have a different teacher with a different special for that whole week. After specials, we'll finish packing up and we will have dismissal time. So that end of the day is really going to be a time for us to get our things organized right around specials, get our things organized, put things away, take that final bathroom break before dismissal and that kind of thing to get us ready for taking ourselves home. Now, I did say that it's tentative, so it could change. If I find that there's a different schedule that would work better, I'll change it. It just depends on the needs of the kiddos and the classroom. So don't hold me to that. We talked a little bit about arrival, but students will enter the building. They'll go directly to their classroom. They'll get their grab-and-go breakfast on the way down to the classroom. If they don't want it, I again encourage them to go ahead and grab it, because once they get there and see other kids eating, usually they say, Miss Baber, I do want the breakfast. So I'll tell them, go, you need to grab it on the way in. Even parents can remind them, on your way down, don't forget to grab breakfast, so that they can eat it at their seats when they get into the classroom. Students will go from the bus. They will have their temperature taken. If you did not have it taken by a bus monitor, it'll be your temperature will be taken by the infrared device when you come in the building. They should remain 6 feet apart. When exiting the bus, students should keep their masks on at all times, and they will have sanitizer. They should stay 6 feet apart while exiting the bus. If your child is a walker, they will walk. If they're walking with a group of other students or somebody that does not live in their household, it is expected that they walk to school with a mask on, or whatnot. If they are at all around school, that mask must be on. If they're on school property at all, it must be on. If they're off school property, it's the expectation that if they're walking to school with, their best friend who's a 4th grader, they've got to have that mask on at all times, remaining 6 feet apart. They will take their breakfast and go straight to the classroom as well. They will also have sanitizer. If you're a car rider, they will arrive prior to 7:35 because that's the beginning of school. Staff member will check your temperature while you are in the car. So you may not exit your car until temperature is taken and you are given the okay to get out. There will be people that will enter, or once your student enters the building, there will be people in the hallways directing them where to go, greeting them, good morning, and making sure that they stay 6 feet apart. As they come in, they'll get a sanitizer squirt as well, take their breakfast, and go straight to their classroom. So that is if you are any form of coming into the building. When you come in, you go directly to your seat. Your students will be instructed to go directly to their seat with their backpack and coat. They'll sit at their desk and place their backpack under their desk while others arrive. You'll wait for Miss Baber to give you the okay to go put that away. We already talked about breakfast. We already talked about that. In our classroom, we will have tables, not desks. So students will be, as best as we can, socially distanced. They have a shield put around their desk so that the person in front of them that they are facing will not get any of their germs. But they should not move their desk, their chair, their table from their area unless directed by an adult. We have a seating chart so that we know where everyone sits, and that is pertinent. So also there won't be any rugs, stuffed animals, no soft chairs or pillows in the classroom. It's just our custodians are unable to keep those safe. So that means that you cannot bring stuffed animals to school with your recess bag. It will just need to be things that can fit in a small shoebox that you bring to play with. They are no longer sharing supplies. So We have boxes pre-made for them already, but things run out and glue dries out and glue sticks, lids get lost and that kind of thing. So we do ask that you do bring your school supplies to school on Tuesday. The list is down here at the bottom. Only adults can take children out of a classroom, and no rotations in centers. Typically, we won't be in the hallways, but we will talk about that a little bit. Bathroom breaks are for one at a time. They are scheduled, so we have to do what we have to do in there and get in and out quickly. Recess, as of right now, we are allowed to go outside in our designated recess space, but we are not allowed to play together or mingle with other classes due to regulations. So we will keep that in mind. And if it's a time when we can't go out for recess, that's where those indoor recess toys will come in. They will have their own bag, much like the one I've sent home with the materials. It'll be a big clear plastic bag that'll be called their recess bag. But toys that come in for recess will stay for 2 weeks typically, and then we will transition them out to new toys. So anything they'd like to pick to put in there, something small, Hot Wheels, Barbie, little dolls, McDonald toys, or, if they want to color, maybe they only want to do art for 2 weeks, and that's fine with me. They can stick some of their favorite whatever in there. I don't care what it is, as long as it's no balls, no toy guns, no toy weapons, knives, nothing like that, no stuffed animals, because that's just not allowed. Let's see if we can keep going. So there's our playground. Teachers can lead a playground game or activity, but we still do need to be monitoring that everyone is trying to maintain social distance and staying 6 feet apart. Lunch will be in the classroom. There will be one lunch option each day. The children will get to pick their juice, chocolate milk, or white milk, and we will ask them that and send that to the cafeteria every day. Cafeteria will then bring us our lunch at lunchtime. They are not allowed to bring birthday treats. We're not allowed to share food or utensils, and that'll again be one of those rules that's strictly enforced. Dismissal, if your child is a bus rider, they will be dismissed socially distanced to go to their assigned seat on the bus. At the end of the day, if your child is a car rider, they will be waiting in a hallway line, I believe, at the G complex door. And once your car pulls up, we will call for them and they will come out and get in the car. If you're a walker, you will leave, all kindergartners will leave out my outside door. So back at my outside door. All students must wear their mask at all times. So even through dismissal, they cannot take off their mask. We've talked about the bus already, but buses will be strictly enforced also. I'll go ahead and let you take a pause on me there because there's our school supplies, Chromebook, crayons, scissors, glue. These things do not need to be labeled because when you bring them in on Tuesday, Mrs. Baber will set them on my back table so that they can sit for a few days. Once it is safe for me to stick hands in there and kind of go through and organize things, I will put them all together. And then when a student runs out of a glue stick or they lost something, I will be able to give them that new supply, and that will be their new supply. So there'll be no sharing, but I will go ahead and keep everything together so that each student can have what they need when they need it. On there also is those recess toys and those extra masks that I recommend. The wish list. So if you are able, this is what we would appreciate to have in the classroom. Those are items that oftentimes I purchase with my own money or grab while I'm at the store. So I always appreciate families helping me out with that. And last but not least, if we do go back to quarantine or if we do go back to virtual for whatever reason, if we can't come to school in person, this is my meeting ID and my passcode for my new Zoom link for Mrs. Baber's new class. So I hope this video helped you. I hope that it is something you're able to stop and pause when you need to. And I look forward to Tuesday, and I look forward to meeting all the kids together safely. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.